My doom scrolling through eBay may have finally greatly paid off. This dense little box cost me $40. Half of that alone was in shipping, as this actually came from Canada. Now, this has the chance to be the craziest deal that I've ever done, or it could be pretty bad. That's because the original poster of this on eBay knows nothing about Pokemon, and that's very evident by the image that they used on their page for this item. They had photos of fake Pokemon cards full out on display. Now, they are the golden Pokemon cards. Wow, it's really hard to cut through that label, isn't it? They had some deck boxes in the back, then they had the rest of the cards face down. Now, if I knew nothing about Pokemon and I saw those fake golden cards, I would be thinking the same thing, right? If I knew nothing about Pokemon. These are a different material. They are gold, right? They're super shiny, super reflective. These have to be the valuable ones. So put them at the front of the image, everything else face down, mystery pack, right? So we know we're gonna get some fake cards in here. But what really stood out to me is there was actually a deck box in the back of Pokemon XY. And then there's some Sword and Shield era deck boxes as well. Now, those could still contain the original decks, but they also might have been refilled with something else. So, with all of that out of the way, let's see what we actually got from this eBay package that I have been very much waiting for. They included a very nice note that was actually, like, kind of meant for this specific purchase. Anyways, we do have our deck boxes right here on top, so I can kind of give you like a little bit of a view of what we're looking at here. Now understand it's not all decks, in fact there should only be 5, but we should have our Blastoise V-Battle deck in here, so we'll take a look at that here in a second. Then we have the Venusaur one as well. Now I do already have these decks, so I'm kind of hoping that whoever had these just use them as deck boxes and actually replace what's inside. I have no idea. Then we have 2 of the less exciting ones, but still interesting. We have the Let's Play Eevee theme deck, which I also already have. Then the Let's Play Pikachu. So we'll go through these, see if they are the original decks or not. But the one that really caught my interest and made me go, I'm buying this, is this right here. This is the Mewtwo Mayhem theme deck from XY Evolutions. Now, of course, Evolutions is very hyped right now. So, if there's a chance that this was purchased along the same time that some of these cards were, we might have some good XY cards in here. So this is what's remaining. So if this is your first time watching my channel, understand that Shinodic, I don't really care. Wow, okay, we definitely have a mix-up of things. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, a 2005 Surskit. Okay, we definitely have some older cards in here and not the original cards from this V-Battle deck. Give me 1 sec. Okay, here are my decks so I can kind of confirm as we go. So yeah, for my Venusaur deck, obviously we have a Venusaur. Then yeah, you're gonna have a lot of trainers, so we're gonna have Hollow Boss's Orders in here if this was the original. Yeah. What we were looking at there, I didn't even think about it. I'm not really seeing like energies or trainers, so yeah, these have been repackaged. Anyways, if you're new to the channel, I don't ever sell cards, so while I am interested in, you know, can I get a return on my purchase here, I'm not going to be selling the cards anyways. So yeah, we do have some evolutions that has me, you know, a little bit of excitement going for me, and there's our 2005 Surskit right there. So what else? We have a Dartrix. But it is interesting that they packed it thematically, you know, these are all grass cards. They put them all in the Venusaur box. Something you'd probably expect out of a kid, right? It's like, oh, I could put all my grass cards in here. Okay, there are a lot of energies. Okay, I'll give them that. Looking a bit more deck-like now. We have a Durant, Heracross, Upside Down energy. Reverse Maractus. Flip. Yanma, some more energies. Glossifleur. Okay, nothing really stand out, although we had that one old card in there. Also a backwards Executor. But yeah, I haven't sold any cards since I started this channel. I don't plan on starting now, but if I can get my value back out of this, or even a lot higher, I'll be happy. So let's go through our Blastoise. We're probably going to be looking at more of the same. This is probably just like a way of whoever owned these to kind of do their bulk, right? Like, oh, I'm going to sort them into types, into deck boxes that match. Okay, we might actually have the original, well, maybe not. Some things have been changed. I doubt you're going to have that kind of reverse in that Blastoise box. But we're looking more deck-like. We had some trainers. We saw Dan, which we know is in the Venusaur one, so it would make sense. Same era, same release. That Dan would also be in here. But I'm starting to get a bit iffy on that again. It's looking like some of the original deck is there. We got a big old Wish Cache. But not all of the original deck. In fact, we haven't even seen the Blastoise himself yet. And there's 3 code cards in here, so feel free to take these if they haven't already been taken. We have a Battle Styles, and a Sun and Moon base. Okay. See, I'd say a couple of cards in there are from the Blastoise deck originally, but probably not many. All right, let's go through the Let's Play Pikachu. And, okay, already some things changed. We got some backwards cards here. An older energy, oh, an XY energy, okay, makes sense. I'm happy with all the XY that we're seeing so far. So, if I'm correct, isn't there, like, a certain, like, symbol or something on the cards from the Let's Play decks? Let's look at mine and compare here. No, okay, so we actually did see that exact Pikachu. Is that Raikou in here as well? Yeah, he is. So we might be looking at the just base deck here with some Psychic cards thrown in the back. Let's get back to looking for anything interesting inside. Yeah, this kind of screams to me like this was like some kid's collection at some point. Okay, Evolution's Voltorb Magnemite. And maybe they like, you know, I'm sure you guys did it growing up, right? If you played the TCG as a kid. You probably made your own rolls, right? You probably just kind of made what looked like fun. And that's kind of what some of these decks are looking like to me. Like, they're just kind of playing off of their own weird, you know, like, simplified roll set. Oh, that can't be... Oh, that's a restaurant promo, right? Like, that cracked ice hollow? I swear this is a restaurant promo. I'll see what I can find and put info on screen. Maybe it is originally from this deck? Oh, no, wait, it is from this deck. Okay. So probably looking at more of the same here with the Let's Play Eevee. So the one interesting thing to note is that Mewtwo deck, at least at the time of me making my purchase, was going for the same price as what I paid for this entire bundle. That deck was going for, and that's probably standard as well, Flip. That deck was going for $40. So if it actually has the entire deck inside, then... you know, that alone means that, you know, money has been made back. Not a bad-looking Lugia right there. How old are you? 2016? Okay, not too far out of the era that we've been looking at right now. Not too crazy, but there's definitely a lot more mixing up going on inside of this deck box. We have some more evolutions here. Flip these around, then we have another flip, Snow Run. Okay, some more XY energies. Oh, some evolutions energy, sorry. Nidoran, Coughing. I'm guessing it's gonna be like that, and that. Yeah. Grimer, Cosmog, Grumpig. Neat. Yeah, I'm not too inspired that Mewtwo Mayhem deck is actually gonna be inside, with how much all 4 of these decks have been mixed up. Which, you know, could be a good thing, but let's go through it. Let's see if there is anything interesting in here, if it's not just the base deck, and it's not looking super likely. This is also looking pretty mixed up. In fact, we have some battle styles in here. You are definitely not from Evolutions. Great. Alright, well, maybe we can still find some interesting things. Like I said, I was more interested in the fact that this is from the XY era, that I saw an XY era thing in the image. And, you know, if the decks did have what they originally contained, then that would be, you know, effectively the $40 returned. It just, doesn't seem to be the case here. In fact, I'm seeing a major lack of XY in total in this. Okay, we have... Okay, now that is definitely one of the, like, restaurant promos. You can see down there, it's number 10 of 12 from 2019. Actually kind of faded and a bit beat. They had this guy in not the best storage conditions. I mean, they're using deck boxes for storage. But you can even see there's some grime down here. Yeah, it's seen better days. But this is probably like a McDonald's promo or something. Again, I'll find info on it. I'll put a thing on screen for it. But, okay. Decent find. What else do we have? Bunch of fairies in here. Bunch of fairy energy. Backwards card, we have a Ralts, more energy, okay, that's probably what originally came with this deck. We have a Mewtwo, Haunter, Coughing, Ghastly. Yep, these might have been in the original deck. I don't know. I would assume at least the Evolutions Mewtwo would be in the Evolutions Mewtwo deck, right? Alright, so as far as our bundles go, we have that one, this one, this one. We have some condition markers here, and, some paper. That's from one of the Let's Plays, the playmats, probably Blastoise, another playmat. What's this one? Okay, this is, oh, there's a card in there. This is gonna be from the, Mewtwo deck, I assume. I'm seeing a Pikachu. Come on, open up. Okay, there it is, code cards falling out of this one as I'm unfurling it, but yeah, it is the Mewtwo. Okay, we have a Vivid Voltage code card here, and the theme deck. We have our Let's Play start guide. Kind of going back and unfurling these to see if anything else falls out. And so far, yes, things have fallen out. Nothing exciting though, just these. Oh, we have a Fates Collide. Little playmat here. Yeah, Fates Collide. We have Lugia and, God, but I forget the name, Zygarde. Little V-Battle deck inclusion. Yeah, that's for the Venusaur and Blastoise. Here is the Venusaur playmat. EV poster, and then EV, playmat. Anything gonna fall out? Anything gonna fall out? Because we have another one of these. More condition markers. We have some of these little insert cards. Another Fates Collide thing here. It's one of another one of those like little advertisements that you tend to get inside of certain products, usually inside of deck boxes. More condition markers. More quick start rolls. More quick start rolls. Oh, another code card just kind of mixed in, Chilling Reign. And lastly, another one of these little ads. Cool. Well, that was a lot of paper. Let's go through some more paper. I guess we'll just start off pretty okay, well, I said pretty randomly, and we're starting off with the fake cards. Alright, well, I guess we can go ahead and get that out of the way. Now, again, if you knew nothing about Pokemon, and you were going to sell some Pokemon cards that you found, or maybe your kids had or something, right? And you saw that, and that, you would probably assume, like, these are the super expensive, valuable ones. These need to be front and center on my eBay listing, which is exactly what I'm assuming happened here. So we've seen these golden cards 1,000 times already. They're just these crappy, I mean, they're not that terribly made, but they're just everywhere. These little golden fake Pokemon cards. They're making them in different colors and stuff now. There's like rainbow ones and like all like red, and I mean, these are a dime a dozen. You can find these things on literally any like third-party site, including eBay. Obviously, you can find them here on eBay. But we do have more going on here. So now we can actually go through the extra bulk here and see if there were some good inclusions inside, aside from flipping the cards back and forth over and over. Let's see, Ampharos, cool. We're gonna do a little bit of the pile at a time, because clearly I have to constantly flip things to face the correct direction here. So we have Slowpoke, Snover, Snorunt, Drizzle, Golett, Reboot. Yeah, I was actually telling my wife, like, the day this showed up, I'm like, I really want to, film this one. There was another video that I needed to do, but I told her, I was like, nah, this one's coming first. I'm really curious what I actually got here. But so far, it is just a lot of bulk. I'm still holding out hope. Again, this is just the first pile, and only not even the first half of the first pile. There are a lot of code cards in here, so if whoever had this collection didn't use those code cards, the early birds of this video are getting a little treat. We have a Cubfu reverse, not too bad. Ooh, that Agatha has like something on it. I can just throw that one away, I'm okay with that. It's an Agatha. Wow, okay, these are really mixed up. And okay, we're getting to some evolutions, getting some more excitement in here. More chances of us actually finding something good in all of this. At the very least, you know, getting some more cards from the XY era to add to my collection is nice. Well, there's some code cards. Evolutions, Battle Styles, Chilling Reign, Chilling Reign, Chilling Reign, and Chilling Reign. While we're at it, oh my god, there's even more. Darkness Ablaze, V Battle Deck for Venusaur. Venusaur versus Blastoise, they bought it as the bundle. There's the Mewtwo Mayhem code card, feel free. Ooh, we have Fates Collide, Sky Guardian. Sword and Shield. There's the theme deck for Eevee. Blastoise deck. Battle Styles. Battle Styles. Battle Styles, my least favorite set. Vivid Voltage. And Darkness Ablaze. Alright, code cards out of the way. We can continue. Okay, well, they threw some of these little info cards in their bulk as well. We have another code card. Good God, we have Vivid Voltage. Okay, more XY. Come on. Come on, let me see something shiny. Let me see something shiny by the end of this bundle, and that the only shinies aren't going to be the fake things at the front. Okay, we have more Machoke. I don't know, I just love evolutions. At the time, I got tired of it because it was, like, everywhere. And again, I'm still at that point where it's like, am I gonna buy evolutions packs? No, probably not. I did a lot of evolutions. But there's still definitely a lot of cards in that set that I enjoy, and a lot more that I would like to pull. I mean, back then, when, you know, evolutions was still a thing, I certainly wasn't buying as much product as I am now. We have a Holo Raichu that actually might have been from that Pikachu deck. I have no actual idea. Anything else? Level Ball. Okay, we're going back a bit more again with the Delinquent Trainer. More evolutions. Pokeball Switch. Professor's Letter. Cool. Our next bundle is once again starting us off with more battle styles. Oh, the rubber band's on the inside. Wow. Took me way too long to find the end of the wrap so I could just unwrap it. Yeah, I will say I always hate the rubber band thing. Like, that is like the worst way to ship these cards. At least if the rubber band was on... Wow, it's on there really tight, too. At least if the rubber band was on the outside, it would be a bit better. But, yeah, it's going to cause some warpage. And definitely some damage to the cards on, like, the top and bottom of the stack. But we are starting off with a reverse from Battle Styles, so at least there's something there. Anything else exciting? We have a Holo Galarian Articuno from Evolving Skies, right? Or am I crazy? I thought that's what that symbol is. Temple, we have an Ice-Cube, love that little guy. Lilligant, Dino. Looks like we're just gonna be getting holos in reverses, unless this guy happened to pack all of the good stuff in one spot in one of these bundles. But it's looking like, no, I did not make my, my $40 investment back. Which, I mean, God, calling it an investment. Like, I'm buying paper. Like, I am buying shiny children's cardboard. Well, I'm trying to get the shiny stuff, but, you know, even stuff like this in DD, you know, I'll take it. God, calling it an investment, though, the whole Pokemon investing thing, I'm sorry, if you're watching this channel and that's what you do. Like, I don't know. It sounds like a god-awful way to invest to me. The market is so fluctuating, and, like, it's just not the best idea. Nice looking reverse. I do like our, some of our older reverses a lot more than what we have now. Decidueye, yeah, like more than that. More Pico. We have another holo back here. A Suicune, not too bad, also from Battle Styles. Back when holos weren't guaranteed, so they actually somewhat meant something, although they were already, beginning to not mean anything a lot more than they, you know, already don't mean anything now. A lot of evolutions in a row here. I'm just hoping that we can find, one good card.
I'm just hoping that we can find, one good card.
Wow, okay. Well, we are finding a lot of energy. Braixen, Fennekin, didn't they do a promo version of this Fennekin? Am I crazy? Didn't they do like a special holo version, I want to say? Maybe in one of the restaurant promos. That is an awesome looking Moltres. That's from Fates Collide. I don't know if I have that card. I'm guessing I don't, because that is fantastic. And yeah, that is Fates Collide down there, if I'm correct. Okay, that's my new favorite card we've gotten from this so far. Cinescorch, Litten. Okay, we got some more Charmanders. Gotta double check for that. Oh! What? You're not evolutions, buddy. Wow, okay. That is not evolutions. Maybe I should go back and look through my evolutions cards again. Because, straight up, we have 1998 copyright dates, 1999 down there. No evolutions logo. We have some base set Charmanders in here, 2 of them to be exact. Neither of them are shadowless, but man, I'll take it. That caught me off guard. Okay, I gotta go back through. I'll do it after we finish going through the cards. I'm gonna go back through and look for any of the evolutions cards and confirm if they were actually evolutions or if this person actually had some more base set thrown in here. Okay. I was gonna make a joke, like, oh, I gotta look for the evolutions logo. Gotta make sure these aren't actually base set. I didn't think they would actually be base set. What? Charmander, Zazzle, Simisear. See, now I'm slowing my roll again. Now I'm like, okay, we gotta look a bit deeper. And, also looks like another, restaurant promo here with this Magmar. From the same set, actually. Number 3 of 12. Sorry, I went way off frame there. I was trying to read it. Also looks super faded, and also pretty dang beat up. but, you know, I'll take him. All right, our last bundle. This will be the end. Oh my god, and another, marker got trapped inside of there. Come on, come out. There we go. I'll give it to the seller, though. While I hate the rubber band thing, for someone who clearly doesn't know much about card games, or at the very least Pokemon, they definitely packaged it pretty well. So today's eBay mystery box is brought to you by viewers like you. If you want to help support the channel, then consider clicking the join button down below. You'll get access to an exclusive video every week, including all of the ones that have happened up until now, as well as some other benefits like me incorrectly reading your name at the end of every video. Yes, I'm looking at you, Billy Wilma. Anyways, let's get back to the next pack bundle. Like, doing this whole, like, saran wrap thing, like, that's not a bad method. Again, the rubber bands are what kills me, but it's not too poorly done, aside from the bands. I have certainly received packages of cards in much worse fashion. Okay, so it looks like we are starting off with a lot of trainers here. There's Dan. God, it's hard to flip and I'm holding that many cards. Great Ball, Hop, Flip, Hop, Dan, Sona, Flip, Hop, Flip, Potion, Switch, Dan, Gym Trainer. Okay, we gotta do the whole thing, gotta do that flip again. Energy, just random energy. Flip, Pokemon Catcher, Bead, Dan, Hop, Evolution, Incense, Switch, Aromic Energy, Sonia, Great Ball, Gym Trainer, Hop, Gym Trainer, Flip, Switch, Flip, Phoebe, Experience Share, Blastoise, Spirit Link, Energy Retrieval, Pokeball. Any more flips? Can we get through? Oh my god, we might actually be straight through now. Oh, for this last stack here. Might be straight. Oh no, no, I have to do it again as evolutions that time. Flip, Energy Retrieval, Dan, Great Ball, Hop, Flip, Hop, Turbo Patch Kaboo. Yeah, I'm thinking this last stack is just gonna be trainers. Go through the next part. I do see a Pokemon on the top of the stack where I just split it, so maybe we have something else good going on here. Okay, some bosses orders, likely from the theme decks if I had to guess. Oh, okay. I'm always a big fan of these Team Plasma cards. I don't know why, they're not even, like, something people really chase after, but I love them, and I kind of want to, like, collect them. I pick them up whenever I see them, like, especially, like, their reverses and hollows, so, hey, I'll take this Frozen City. Nothing too crazy, I'm sure, but I'll take it. Oh, I should note, because I am going through these pretty quick, I am going to be, like, price-checking some of these cards as I go through the editing process, so I'm going to have the price and the name of the card, because there's a chance it's going to be going by pretty quick, right? I might, like, skip over something that I later realize is actually, like, a higher valued thing, and I should probably actually put that info, you know, on screen. So I do apologize if there's been any that go by pretty quickly. Misty Determination, just from XY, not an Oldine. Fan Club, Ultra Ball, Wally, Shauna. We have Howl, and another Flip, and Pokemon Catcher, Great Ball. Thing is, I can't be that upset, right? This person is selling bulk cards, like, yeah, some are upside down, some are backwards. Like, personally, if I were to sell bulk cards, I would still make sure they were all facing the same direction, just to make it a better experience on the person that's buying it. But at the same time, again, this person doesn't seem to be a Pokemon person at all, so they wouldn't really think about that. I should note, I did go through their, like, seller history and all that, and they just kind of sell things that they find. I couldn't find anything else Pokemon being sold or have been sold by them. Anyways, let's see. Anything else stand out here? This is the end of the video here. Okay, it is a Evolution's Charmander. Again, I need to go back through and look now to see if I missed any. So I have to go back through all of these cards again. Hollow Moltres, okay. I'm already have to go through them again whenever I get to, like, organize and all that, but that's gonna be a while from now. Bunch of energy, we have a Flareon Ninetales. Come on, I'm losing so much hope here. Another Hollow Moltres. Yeah, I mean, they did describe it as bulk, and, I mean, I suppose they were correct, but there were some standouts, right? We got some restaurant promos. At least the 2 base set Charmanders, which is exciting. And then, come on, it's just an amazing looking Moltres. Alright, guess I'm gonna take a break and go through to look and see if any of those were not base set. I'll probably go ahead and, like, pull out all of the interesting cards too, so we can kind of, like, do a quick fly through of them again. But then we have to do the bonus card of the day, so, let's go to that now. Okay, so I changed my mind. We're not gonna do prices on screen, we're just gonna do them all here right now. So, for all of the cards that stood out to me in a pretty random order. So, I mean, of course, I had to do the Moltres. This is like my favorite thing we found. It's worth 84 cents. Then we go on to our base set Charmander, which is up to $1.28 right now, and of course there are 2 of those. Then we have the Cracked Ice Raikou cards, I believe are deck exclusives, which go for $1.07 a piece. Then we have the Cracked Ice Pikachus, which 2 a piece, two of them go for $3.44 each. Then we have the Frozen City, which actually goes for more than I thought. It's worth $1.10. I'm used to, like, people not caring about these, and you can tell whoever had this didn't care about it, because it is super beat up. So interestingly, there's only 2 ways to get this card. They're either deck exclusives, or you can get them from the prize packs. So as a deck exclusive, it's actually worth more than the prize pack version at $1.34, and once again, we have 2. Then, I mean, why not? I figured I'd price check it, just the regular Mewtwo. Worth more than I thought it would be. It's $1.26, so it's actually worth 2 cents less than a base set Charmander. But this right here is actually a different version. Not sure if you can tell. It actually has a holo effect going on. Well, this is actually the deck exclusive, which means that it goes for $6.67. Then we have the Magmar, and yes, this is a McDonald's promo, like I had thought. Goes for $9.13. Not too bad. Definitely want to clean the gunk off of that guy now. Then we have 2 Cracked Ice Moltres here. At first I couldn't even tell it was Cracked Ice, but it is. It's just kind of hard to notice because there's not a whole lot of it going on. But there are 2 of them here, and they go for $2.13 a piece. Then this Lugia, which I actually noted that I really liked. Well, there's different versions of this Lugia in that little collection. But this one not only happens to be a Cracked Ice, but it's also a deck exclusive, making it $5.67. Then we have the Cracked Ice EVs. There are 2 of these going for $2.99, so just shy of $3. And finally, I saved the best for last. Our highest valued card that we got from this whole thing is this McDonald's promo Meowth, the Aeolin Meowth to be exact, which is worth just a bit more than our Magmar promo. It's hard to call him a promo, but our Magmar McDonald's card. This one is worth $9.45. So, just valuing those, and I'm sure there's something else that I missed, feel free to yell at me in the comments because there was a card that I didn't realize was like a sought after or, you know, higher value or whatever else. But just going off of this little stack of cards that stood out to me, our total value was $57.28. Again, I paid $40 for the box, so this alone, you know, $17 over. Not too bad. And now, of course, I have a bunch of empty deck boxes that I can do a whole nothing with, a bunch of paper, which I'm sure somebody would want, and a bunch of bulk. So was this the deal of a lifetime like I thought it had the potential to be? No. Did it end up being a pretty dang good deal? Yeah. There's a chance I already have this McDonald's promo Meowth. There's also a chance that I don't. So happy to add it, even though it's a little bit beat. It's not too bad. If we get a little zoom in here, there's like a little bit of a... Yeah, it's kind of hard to show. It's like kind of bumped up right there. Maybe the back will show it a bit better. Well, no, but I'll just show you the whitening going on. I really just do like that Lugia card. Magmar I actually like more than the Meowth. He seems kind of washed out, but I kind of like the washed out look. Although I still need to try and clean him off. Again, Mewtwo exclusive, which is awesome. My favorite are the legendary dogs. Base set Charmanders. I mean, it's just, it caught me off guard. And, unironically, out of all these, my favorite artwork. Moltres isn't even my favorite of the birds. It just looks so goofy and like a unique style. I like it. As we were going through, I was really questioning if this would be a success, but I think those McDonald's promos definitely sent us over being, you know, about $9 a piece. If it wasn't for those, we would be like just under $40. But then the bulk would fill in the gap anyways. But now it is time for the bonus card of the day. Explanation right down there in that corner. As always, pulling a random card from the back and playing Guess the Year. Okay, well, we have a bit of whitening. I should have, you know, with this video, it's going to be more fresh in my mind, you know, what damage means in relation to age, right? Some whitening in that corner. I don't know. This is going to be a rough guess. I'm going to say 2018. Just kind of going off of what we were seeing here today. Oh my god, I hit it right on the head. That is a 2018. It's been a while since I managed to guess the year on the dot. We have the Ultra Necrozma GX. I mean, just a nice looking card. It is a promo, Sun and Moon number 126. but, you know, it's a promo that I didn't have. It's also probably the legendary that I just kind of know the least about, because I guess I didn't pay enough attention to this thing. You know what? That's what I'm gonna go do. After this video, I'm gonna go watch a video on Necrozma. And just to prove to you that I actually did it, we're gonna go to Green Screen Man, who's gonna give you a fun fact about Necrozma. So despite Necrozma's body being made entirely of black or white, its face actually features 7 colors on the smallest part of its entire body. Now, why it does that? From what I can tell, the whole idea is that it's kind of based on the idea of a black hole, because its goal is to steal light, like black holes do. Anytime I think of black holes, I always think about a thing that my father told me about when he was in college, where somebody wrote a paper that was supposed to write a paper on something that's incorrect, but try to make people think that it's correct. And this guy wrote like a 20-page like book on how light bulbs don't actually emit light, they suck in dark. So the idea is that the world is already full of light, but then they remove the darkness that's obscuring the light to show you the light that's hiding underneath. I remember him explaining it to me, and it actually started to convince me, and which is the scary thing, because the professor even said, like, he used it as an example for every year of like, yeah, this is how you do it. Like the fact that you're convincing people that light bulbs are sucking in dark. So can we get a version of Necrozma that does that? See, I did my homework. Anyways, massive shout out to this channel's YouTube members. We have Pokey Hoarder J, Obsidian, Smokey of the Sun, Andrew B, Bod, Reed, Katie Huff 21, Lana C, Air, Kiss of Ember, Sheena Rips Pokemon, Candace Reynolds, Lycan, Carr, Ava, Anthony, Reese, Billy Wilma, and Obsidian Panther. Thank you guys for supporting the channel, allowing me to keep doing weird things like this. It's weird that watching a video on Necrozma is literally my job now. Like, I did that for work. That's weird to think about. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. Half of you probably already clicked off by now. This is a long outro. If you want to watch something else, on this side, there's going to be a random video of mine that YouTube thinks you will like, and on this side is going to be a playlist of all of my Pokemon videos if you feel like binging. Lastly, link above my head is going to be to the community Discord if you feel like joining in. Thank you guys very much for watching, and hopefully I will see all of you next time. Goodbye for now.